Welcome back. Now today I'm going to show you how to make OMG gluten-free bread. This is unbelievable and it's very, very easy to make. If you can make a cake mix from a packet, you can make this bread. So give it a go. Firstly, get your packet of members only Rick Grant OMG bread mix, and then we have to sift, of course. So just cut the packet and pop him through the sifter straight into your bowl, like so. Making sure you use all of it. And again, that's just done to make sure that any little pieces don't crumb up, as it happens quite often with gluten-free flour. Now, the first step is to put your bowl on. Once you've done that, then we have to have some vegetable oil, 50 mils, half a teaspoon of white vinegar, and then for later on we'll need an egg, 500 mils of warm water, and 6 grams of instant yeast. Okay, so what we do to start, obviously put your mixer down, just on very, very slow, on the slowest speed. Add your vinegar to the oil and add the oil and vinegar to the mix. So what we're looking for here is for the oil to be taken through the mix so it becomes like a breadcrumb, and you'll see that. So you can just increase the speed a little, and while that's mixing, we then, into another bowl, add our 500 mils of warm water, and with a whisk through the yeast. Like so. Then we whisk in the egg. And that's it. So you can see that the really looking like breadcrumbs here. We'll add our bowl and just slowly add, just on slow speed, just on slow, not too fast. Okay, and then we let the mixture come together. Being gluten-free, you'll have to sort of let it come together. It doesn't want to take on the moisture, so you can see it's lumpy, doesn't look very good. Now the moisture's being sucked in by the flour, so just slowly increase the speed, and you see it's getting smoother as we go. So all the way, full speed. Now we do this for 2 minutes, and then we stop and scrape the bowl. And 2 minutes is now up, so we turn him off, and we're going to scrape the bowl. Now scraping the bowl does 2 things. Firstly, it makes sure that the yeast is incorporated. So you can see that there's yeast on the side of the bowl, and we want that in our mix. We don't want that on the side of the bowl. But also too, we're ensuring that there's no, as you can see, there's some bread mix not incorporated, and this happens with all mixes. So we scrape along the bottom, making sure that gets incorporated with the next beating. And also too, notice it's a lot smoother than before. So that's looking good. So we put him back on for another 2 minutes. You'll notice the slapping sound that it makes. That's what you hear. That's what you should hear for gluten-free bread. You always use a paddle, not a dough hook. Okay, that's 2 more minutes. That's finished. And we turn him off, and then we're done. So all we do is scrape everything off the paddle, so making sure we get as much bread mixture as we can. Okay, you can't lick this one. Pop him in there. Now, before we do anything, we have to oil our tin. And these tins you can buy from my store, members only store. They're cast iron, beautiful tins. So just a light spray of vegetable oil, just to coat it. Now, carefully, pour your batter in. Try and shape the loaf a little bit as you go. Now, there we go. There we are. Now just use your spatula and just shape the loaf like so. From there, just grab some cold water and just use your hand to press down lightly on that. I tell you what, feels like a beautiful, moist hand cream. It's lovely. Got a beautiful, soft texture. Okay, what we've got to do now is cling wrap. Now the reason for doing cling wrap is we want to enclose the bread in its own environment, so the yeast can work and the humidity of the bread can form. Now, all you're looking for here, the bread mix will touch the cling wrap. When the bread mix touches the cling wrap, it's time to bake. So this is called proofing. So we put that aside in a warm, out of the sun area to proof. Now, proofing time can range. This is where baking bread is not a science. So it depends. If you're in Queensland with high humidity, the proofing time will be greatly reduced. I'm in Melbourne, therefore proofing time at the moment, we're in autumn, so it'll take about an hour. But just keep watching. Don't go out and do something. Keep watching your bread, and once it touches the cling wrap, you're right to go. There we have it. Gluten-free white bread. The first time I baked this, I saw it in the oven, I went, OMG. Look at how it's risen. Carefully take out of the pan. Now it's very hot. Now what you have to do, allow to cool completely. And after about 15-20 minutes, turn him on the other side to help stabilise the loaf. Now whatever you do not cut until it's cool. Try and resist. And as you can see, fluffy, soft, light. Unlike any gluten-free bread you've ever had. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, fructose-friendly, soy-free. But the best thing of all, it stays fresh for up to 3 days. Kids will love it. Give it a whirl. It's easy to make. And it will convince you that gluten-free bread is great if you make it properly.